Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're taking a close look at a review for a digital game called Arctic Enchantress.
Right.
And the source material, it paints a picture of something that really blends, stunning visuals with some pretty clever gameplay mechanics.
Exactly. It's interesting because the review lets us kind of peel back the layers, not just what the game is, but maybe why it grabs players the way it does.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah.
So our mission today, for you listening, is to figure out how Arctic Enchantress creates that enchanting feeling. What's the magic formula here?
Okay.
Let's start with the world it builds. The review describes this really vivid, magical Arctic realm. Snow-covered landscapes, a really elegant ice palace,
Uh-huh.
and it's populated with these charming creatures, polar bears, Arctic foxes, snow owls. It sounds quite immersive, that whole fantasy theme.
And that visual appeal, it rests on a pretty solid, familiar structure, actually. It's a standard 5-reel, 3-row grid. But crucially, it uses 243 ways to win. So instead of fixed pay lines, you just need matching symbols on adjacent reels, left to right.
Ah, right. That always pays system. It often feels like there's more going on each spin, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Less tracking specific lines, maybe more engagement.
So, okay, beyond the look and the basic setup, the review really emphasizes a feature called Link and Win. What's the deal with that? Why is it so engaging?
Well, that's a great point because Link and Win is this hold and spin style mechanic, and those are like everywhere now, super popular. You trigger it by landing 6 or more of these special ice orb symbols. Then those orbs lock in place.
All right.
And you get respins. Any new orb locks too, and importantly, resets your respin counter back to 3.
So you get that feeling of like constant potential.
Exactly. It builds this amazing anticipation. You're chasing more orbs, and each one could hold a cash value or one of 4 jackpots. Mini, minor, major, or the mega.
And the mega jackpot, the review mentions, it can be pretty substantial.
Oh, yeah. Up to 5,416 times your stake, apparently. Plus, there's something called a column boost that can add multipliers during the feature, making it even more exciting.
Wow, okay. That sounds like a real centerpiece. And connected to that, what about the wild nudge feature? How does that play in?
Right, so the Enchantress herself is the wild symbol, substitutes for others to help make wins.
Standard stuff, yeah.
But here, she's 3 symbols high, and if she lands partially on a reel, she can sometimes nudge to fill the whole thing.
Got it. So a near miss can become a full reel wild.
Precisely. It turns those almost wins into potentially much bigger payouts. It's clever how the main character isn't just decoration. She's part of a powerful mechanic.
That makes sense. Now, for players who love bonus rounds, the review highlights free spins too. That sounds like another big draw.
Absolutely. Triggered by 3 or more scatter symbols, the golden castle icon here. They don't need to be on a line, just anywhere in view.
And you get a decent number of spins.
Yeah, 10, 15, or 20, depending on how many scatters you land. But here's the really interesting part.
Okay.
During the free spins, any wild symbol that lands actually sticks in place for the rest of the round.
Whoa, sticky wilds.
Sticky wilds. And you can re-trigger more spins by landing more scatters. So you can end up with multiple wilds locked in, potentially for quite a few spins. It can get pretty intense.
That combination sounds really powerful. But the review also mentions a win booster. What's that about? Sounds like maybe paying extra.
It is, yeah. It's a strategic option. You pay 1.5 times your normal bet per spin.
And what do you get for that extra cost?
You significantly increase your chances of triggering that Link and Win feature we talked about.
Ah, okay. So it's a trade-off.
Yeah.
Higher cost per spin for a better shot at the big bonus round.
Exactly. It's for players who are maybe specifically targeting that feature and are comfortable with the higher stake.
Right. And speaking of stakes and payouts, let's quickly touch on the technicals. It mentions a solid RTP return to player of 96.10%.
Which is pretty standard, quite good.
But it's paired with high volatility. What does that mean for you, the player?
High volatility basically means wins might be less frequent, but they have the potential to be much larger when they do hit. It's sort of feast or famine sometimes.
Okay. So more about chasing those big, exciting wins rather than lots of small, steady ones.
That's the idea, yeah. It caters to players who enjoy that kind of thrill. The betting range seems pretty wide, too, like 0.20 cents up to $50 a spin.
And it works on mobile and desktop.
Yep. Fully optimized with features like autoplay and quick spin, the usual conveniences.
So wrapping it up, it really feels like the enchantment of this game comes from that blend, the immersive Arctic visuals setting the stage, and then these layers of features like Link and Win, the nudging wilds, the sticky wilds, and free spins. It all seems designed to create these moments of high anticipation and potential big reward.
Definitely. It combines that thematic depth with mechanics that really keep you engaged, offering multiple ways to potentially hit something exciting. It seems quite well-rounded in delivering that magical experience.
A really interesting mix.
And maybe that leaves us with a final thought for you to consider. What is it psychologically about games like this that makes the potential for one huge, rare win often feel so much more captivating, so much more memorable than getting lots of smaller wins more frequently? Something to ponder.